Hello everyone, welcome to Fijian Investment Trader. Known as Fijian Traders, this is Mr. Singh. Ocgn Therapeutics, OCGN, what a day. In the highs of $1.44 and we closed today at $1.39. Very key things looking on the 5-day chart. Absolutely, we're making higher highs, higher lows. We talked about my previous video that on $1.48 is a key resistance to break. And it definitely came in play today. But before I talk on the technical side, we gotta cover on the fundamentals. Lots of news came in. I wanna care also about the earnings as you show that we gotta cover what is gonna be my method, which is the earnings, what we're looking for. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Definitely there's a lot of things to cover and it's gonna blow your mind. So OCGN announced of OCU 400 modifier gen phase 1 over 1.5 data presentation of cell innovation in the summit of 2024. So there's another summit coming up on the therapy, so stay tuned because it will drive that price even higher than what we have right now. So some key news in fundamentals for the growth of the company and also for the movement of the stock price as well. Also the lawsuit. The U.S. District Eastern Pennsylvania has dismissed the stakeholder lawsuit against OCGN and its agent, leaving the door open for potential refiling it since the dismissal was without prejudice, which is a legal update. So, stockbrokers have filed against OCGN for the falsification on the stock market, but everything was thrown out the window. Now they can have a purpose of refiling it again. So, good news in terms for OCGN. Earnings, buckle up, fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be method coming up, and it is in a couple days from now. So definitely key things looking at it, especially with this type of a company. It's not, you're not gonna see profitability, a chunk of profitability that will drive the investors on that. The investors, what they're looking for is the product, right? With the stages on each phases. If there is a good outcome, there's more investors will come and invest in OCGN's on the company, and will drive the price even higher when the product is actual in the market where there is a revenue comes in. So right now they are still going to be negative. You can see it last year on consensus they were negative of 0.7 cents. If this thing trips down to be like 1 cent on something or even 2 cents, it will still drive in the stock price even higher what we have right now because they're coming close to profitability. But I won't be surprised if the company does not be in profitability due to is being done by funding for making this product. So key earnings whisper. Our proven models predict the earning to beat OCGN at this time. Combination of positive earnings ESP. ZEC has ranked a strong buy. And the odds of beating an increase of also beating the earning. Unfortunately, this is not in the case for here to uncover the best stock to sell with report. So, like I said, it's not a typical stock where if you're comparing it to Nvidia, NEO, Tesla, Amazon, Facebook. So those are not a typical generated stock because this is just based on the product is on the market. So key things to look at it. I wanted to share with you guys. So if the earnings comes in, you guys don't see anything positive comes in. It's just because there's no profitability on this company yet. OCGN is facing a serious cash crunch at the present. As of December 2023, the company had a cash equivalent investment of totaling of 39 million incorporated, with 90 million in 2022 ended and projected barely the funds to operate the fourth quarter of 2024. So this is something that we gotta keep an eye. If there is not enough funding to operate it, then they have to borrow loans. They have to find more investors to keep these phases of OCU 400 keep rolling it. So definitely to keep an eye because investors might think, oh no, they are done. Absolutely not done because they just got the FDA approval and the European approval as well. So that is a big news in terms of the company and as well for the investors. And the key factors to look at it, like I mentioned, I'm not going to go with this article, is to focus on the consensus on the pipeline process, right? Not to focus on what's the earnings, the profit and losses of the company. Earlier this month, OCGN announced the FDA has cleared the investigation of a new drug agreement phase study for OCU 400 for the treatment of RP. So, like I said, focus on OCGN product, not the financial. Also, the key things, a couple of analysts have talked about the price rating has changed as well. So keep an eye definitely on that. So OCGN still invested up 11.29%, 50,000 shares. definitely I did resell it and then bought back again because I wanted to lock some profit when we had this huge dip. So, but I'm a long-term investor on Ocgn and always want to keep my shares, but I'm just want to be making very careful how I'm investing my money, because if it drops to a prior the loading zone area, which I loaded it previously, I'm gonna lock my shares and then redo it again, which I did it back again with Ocgn, and up to 50,000 shares. Plan to add more, a little bit more on that, but right now I'm sitting roughly about 11.29%. My goal is to be over this stock over $2.50, so I can leave it and rest it and have and kind of keep monitoring the progress rather than just kind of selling it and then buy back again, because I could have waited it, but I knew it's gonna come back, because based on the technical side, because technical side do not lie. So I do trade based on the technical side as well, and it was clearly indication of the pullback was coming. I did mention on the video as well, and we did that. I sold it and then re-entered again with the 50,000 shares and start back again. So what are the key things we're looking at it? Definitely roller coaster week that we had last week came to $1.11 and then went high of $1.44 today. The 1 month clearly shows that we are on the reversal trend, but it's not a confirmation trend, right? What do you mean by that? I talked about the $2.10 was a nasty one to break. We got rejected, and then once we had this crossover, right, at around $1.68, I did start sold my shares because I knew it's gonna come, because the 60-day moving average was trading below and above was the 200-day. Means a clear indication of the stock price is pulling back, and it did. It came all the way to the $1.11, but my $1.04 was my area to load it up. It didn't came in and started testing this level right here around $1.10, where I started loading some shares back again, because it is showing a sign of reversal, but it's not a confirmation yet. So that is something that I did in terms of doing it, because in terms of the earnings coming up, in terms of also good news coming up like this, and the lawsuit, as well as also the progress rate, right, and the summit, which Mr. Shankar continues doing it, having this summit, and the reason they do that is to generate fundings in order to keep running it. So that is a great tactical business terms, for marketing purpose. But definitely I was creating some higher highs in the stock market as on this Ocgn, and definitely it resulted me to start loading my shares. So right now we are trading above the 60-day on the 1 month is sitting at $1.28. But is my pink line, which is my 60-day, it is sitting at $1.37, which we closed today above, which is a great news, because when you start closing on top of that days like this, it has a strong reversal sign. Look at the MACD right here. You can clearly see that we have an uptrend of good momentum for the bulls to over here. RSI still making higher highs, higher lows. So everything is pointing towards it, but it's not a confirmation yet. What is going to be pulling back us, if the earnings come back and the company is saying that they're not making enough profit, they have to take some loans out, blah, 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 in terms of, take loans out. That's something that might hinder the stock price to pull back. But if it comes with the positive news on these stages, then you can clearly see that. On the 3 months, you can see that my blue line, which is my 60-day EMA, once we had this wonderful breakout over here all the way, we went all the way, making higher highs and higher lows, was acting as a support level. And then once it became a resistance, it became a nasty resistance at $1.73, got rejected, got rejected, got rejected, and got rejected. Now we broke through that and it's acting as a support. Now we're testing the 60-day, 200-day EMA, and sitting at $1.39.9, and we closed today little below on that at the moment, above at the moment, because after market we are still high on that. We're sitting at $1.41, but we're definitely closing up over there, which is great news actually, because now we're gonna, if it holds up with news coming up, we're gonna start testing the $48 level, and then go back and $70 level. So these are the key things are indicating for an uptrend. Now that's why I wanted to share with you guys. This is something to look out with that. But if the news doesn't come out with a financial, that's something hinders, which is doesn't beat the estimates, then you'll see this coming back. But what I'm looking at it is going to beat the expectation of the investors, and is going to push the price even higher of $1.70. My comfort zone is to sit high above the $2.50, so I can leave it, keep on it, don't have to worry about it on the technical side. too much on that in terms of that for a long term. I do believe this stock is over $10, and it's just a matter of time when it starts resulting that. But right now, I got to be very careful in terms of that. If it starts dropping back again, the guy, unfortunately, I do have to sell it and re-enter it back again. I'm a long-term investor on this company. I believe this company has a lot of potential, a lot of growth, a lot of money to be made for investors. But I have to be very careful in terms of locking profit and not holding as a bag holder, because it's okay to re-enter it again, right? It's always, you believe in company, it's okay to sell it even for a loss, and then re-enter it again at a cheaper price and more shares as well. So hey folks, this is my technical analysis and my fundamental sharing with you guys. I love this company. It has a lot of potential, a lot of money to be made. Just be careful on the earnings coming up, because it can hinder in that. But from my due diligence, it looks great to me. But anything happen in terms of Mr. Shankar, CEO, comes and throws a wrench on that. So overall, here you go. I hope you guys love the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, turn on the notification. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful rest of your day.